I know this is the first time you're talking about January 6th, and we appreciate it. And that's where I want to begin. The morning of January 6th, shortly after 11 a.m., and I know the phone rings, the operator says, "Please hold for the president." What did he ask you? What did he say to you when he came on the line?
I picked up the phone and the president asked me where I was on the electoral count that would take place that day. And I told him, despite what you issued last night from your campaign, Mr. President, you know, I've been very clear that I don't have the authority to reject votes during the electoral count or return those votes to the states. And it went downhill from there. The president became very irate on the phone. He said that if that was true, that he made a mistake 5 years ago.
You write that the president told you you will go down as a wimp.
Damn. Former Vice President Mike Pence speaking to David Muir over there at ABC about his back and forth, his confrontation with Donald Trump on January 6th for not doing his duty, not doing his job as vice president. I chose you 5 years ago so you can help me steal elections after I lose them. What the hell is wrong with you, Mike? You're a wimp. Well, he does, as I mentioned, he has this new book coming out. It's called So Help Me God. I'm not sure if God is Trump because that's the way they treated him for the past several years. But still, let's let him continue talking about this. But in this particular point, he's talking about how he felt watching those rioters run up in the Capitol when he's supposed to be doing his job and they might be just coming for his life. Watch.
As the television images started to unfold, to see people smashing their way through windows, to see them assaulting police officers and climbing one over another in a riotous scene. It angered me, David. I felt no fear. I was filled with indignation about what I saw. The Secret Service came in shortly thereafter and told me I needed to leave the building again. And I said, I'm not leaving. But when my lead agent, Tim Giebels, who is a great public servant, came in and said, "Sir, we got to get you out of the building now." I stuck my finger in his chest and said, "You're not hearing me. I'm not leaving." I said, "I'm not giving those people the sight of a 16-car motorcade speeding away from the Capitol."
There's more. Sharon, I gotta get your take on some of these first things. Because again, he did the right thing. This is where I have an issue. He did the right thing as far as not following everything Donald Trump told him to do. But now look at this. I stuck my finger in that a-hole's chest and I said, "You're not moving this effing 16 car." Who says it like that? Okay, maybe he talks like that in casual conversation. "You're not moving this 16 car. What's it called? A motorcade away from this Capitol. You run like a coward. I'm Mike Pence."
This guy, okay, everything there is so self-serving, right? And by the way, having spent most of my career in local news, there was this trend, you know, in like right around 2010 where they said, "Be more conversational, not so buttoned up." Nobody talks like that except for him. So self-serving, and what we needed from him was to be self-reflective. Okay, why not say, if you feel this way, I can't believe I was standing next to this for 4 years, that I stood in lockstep with this and it produced that part. He never, ever says anything. All he's done is kind of run over here, run over there, leak a few statements. We're not hearing anything different, seeing him sit down like this. What's different? He's been hiding from all of this. He hasn't really denounced Donald Trump. And I wish he would stop giving it to us in this buttoned up fashion where he says things like, "and then things went downhill from there." Give it to us like Chappelle's show, okay? What was said on the phone, okay? Give us all of it.
Absolutely, because Donald Trump he will reveal texts, he will reveal emails, he'll tell you what was said to him. Whether or not it's true or not, he'll still let you know some of these things. But I think you might have hit on the reasons why, the buttoned up, the polished politician look, the "I was courageous." There's a reason why, and I think we know. Number one, the book, and number two, I think he's gonna give us that hint here. Let's look at SOT 3.
Given all that you witnessed in the Capitol on that day, this is a pretty straightforward question, a yes or a no. Do you believe that Donald Trump should ever be president again?
David, I think that's up to the American people. But I think we'll have better choices in the future. The people of this country actually get along pretty well once you get out of politics. And I think they want to see their national leaders start to reflect that same compassion.
Better choices than Donald Trump.
For me and my family, we will be reflecting about what our role is in that.
Will you run for president in 2024?
Well, we're giving it consideration in our house. Prayerful consideration.
Do you believe you can beat Donald Trump?
Well, that would be for others to say.
Oh my God, what are you doing this interview for? So are you gonna run for president? That's up to the American people. Should Donald Trump run for president? That's up to the American people. What did your family say? Well, my family hasn't really talked to me in a long time because they hate me. Well, answer one. Okay, if you don't want to answer questions, that's fine. Just don't do the interview. That's all. But he's looking to run for president. That's the bottom line. He just can't say it. Just say it. That's all. Just say it. It's frustrating, Sharon.
Yeah, it is frustrating. And this whole thing about him being a hero, okay, he didn't break the law on January 6th. He just did what was in the job description. Let's stop here. One courageous moment, and if, I guess he's the only one that's going to tell, the Secret Service isn't going to tell us, but if he says that happened, it happened. But that's one moment, okay? Look what led up to that. And by the way, all you did was do your job, as did Nancy Pelosi and everybody else there, except for maybe a few, okay? That's what people do. You're hired to do the job, do the job. It doesn't make a hero.
Straight up, you did what the American people asked you to do. Yes, it was under the duress of those folks coming to kill you, but you still can't say the guy who sent them there shouldn't be president. I'm sure if he asked, should Nancy Pelosi be president? I don't think he'd say, that's up for the American people to decide. He'd go, hell no. But this guy that you watch do all this, apparently it's still up to the American people, which it is, but you're an influential figure, and I think you know that.